that in terms of burning of infrastructure in our communities. Is this really necessary? And we would like to find out from you about your thoughts on destruction and what should the penalty be for people that violate and vandalize rather our infrastructure in the communities. What should be the penalty for burning public infrastructure? That is the question to you. You can send your comment to the SABC newsroom Twitter handle as well as on the Facebook page. Meanwhile, bus commuters in Mamelodi, east of Pretoria, are stranded this morning following the torching of buses by residents last night. For more on the story, we're now joined on the line by Putco Spokesperson Tshepo Tsotsotso. Tshepo, a very good morning to you and welcome.
So, very good morning to you and your listeners.
Mr. Tsotso, can you confirm how many buses were burned last night?
Sure. I can confirm that two of Putco's property in the form of buses were burnt last night. I received a notification from my principal that a third bus has also been burnt this morning. So that brings the total to three in total.
The total to?
To three.
Three. Now, as we are speaking, are the buses operating around Tshwane now?
Sure. As part of the notification, we've been notified right now by the depot, which we know as TAM, which stands for Tshwane and Mpumalanga, that they've suspended all operations in that area for the duration of today up until further notice. The rationale behind that is we obviously need to make sure that the safety of our passengers is paramount and is protected, and we do not want to compromise them and their safety.
Are you working with law enforcement agencies to ensure that your buses and passengers are safe to commute?
Yes, absolutely. There are a number of stakeholders involved in an operation of this magnitude, be it a day-to-day normal operation or be it an incident or an accident such as this nature. So we are working very closely with local enforcement authorities, both on the ground as well as at the provincial level.
Mm-hmm. Are there any suspects arrested at this point in time as yet, if you are aware of that?
I do not have that information. I'm not aware of that.
And who do you suspect can be responsible for the attacks?
Look, we've been informed that these protests are community service delivery protests. Whilst investigations are underway, we'll obviously have to wait for the final report.
And the areas in Tshwane which are affected, is it the entire Tshwane area or only certain municipalities?
Sure. So within the Tshwane and Mpumalanga, also known as TAM, we operate our services in the Hammanskraal area, Mamelodi, Soshanguve, Atteridgeville, as well as the Moloto corridor. Earlier this morning, we were operating within parts of Moloto, we were operating Mamelodi, we were operating in certain parts of Soshanguve. Soshanguve. At this point in time, the depot has taken a decision to suspend all services up until some sort of normality is brought.
And when do you think that might be? When will you start operating again?
Well, we hope as soon as possible. At the end of the day, people need to go home, people need to go to work, people need to move around to continue their daily lives. So we hope that the situation will be resolved as soon as possible for the sake of our passengers, for the sake of productivity in South Africa.
Are there any alternatives for commuters which are stranded this morning?
I stand to be corrected, but I stand to be very corrected. I would think that taxis are an alternative at this point in time.
Tshepo, thank you so much for your time and joining us here on Newsroom.
Thank you, sir.
That was Tshepo Tsotsotso, Putco spokesperson, chatting to us about you heard it, the number of buses being burned thus far is 3. So we'll keep you updated on that story as it progresses. Now, the funeral service